Hey guys, want to celebrate a milestone, so to speak. Reached 154 subscribers. And I would like to say thank you to all of you. I really appreciate it. I mean, it's been fun for me. I'm glad to see some people are enjoying it as well. Okay, so I started out, it surprised me I looked it up, but anyway, November 2022. Just looking around, just playing around. Created a YouTube channel and just started uploading stuff. So this really started with Now You Know has a place where you can submit supercharger reviews. To tell you the truth, I've never actually submitted a supercharger review to them, but that's where this started. Okay, so that's it, right? The first few videos are I visited a supercharger, that supercharger, so on. Okay, as I continue with the channel and started thinking about, well, what do I want to do with it? My focus is I want to educate. You know, people say, well, I can't do this, I can't do that. So I get out and say, here, I just did it. Here's how I did it, right? That's really what the base is. And shortly after I got my car, so my first Tesla was in August of 2022, I think it is. Okay, they had a Drive Electric Week, so I went down to that. I tried to create a slightly more professional video on that one. I mean, that's not great, but it was there. But mostly I've enjoyed showing people how to drive EVs. There you go. And you know, one of my favorite examples of doing that is I took a recon trip out to Bel Air, Texas. Well, actually, Bel Air is part of Houston, but whatever. So I went out to Bel Air and came back. And the point was to show somebody a practical thing that they do themselves, except I'm doing it with an EV. Okay, to say a little bit about my preferences, so to speak, I don't like complicated things. I don't like things that require a lot of thought. Okay, I have two Teslas. I have a Model Y and a Model 3. The Model Y is more about when I have to do some kind of utility work. The Model 3 is, I enjoy driving the Model 3. And the Model 3 also has FSD. That's Grandpa. Okay, so that tells you immediately, if you know what a Tesla is, that tells you what I prefer. Okay, in the Tesla, you put in a location, it computes the trip, sets up the navigation, sets up the charging stops, and if it has to adjust, it adjusts and changes the charging stops. That's what I prefer. Now, I've been around enough people to know that not everybody likes automation. Some people really have to have individual controls to control every aspect of how you drive the car. Okay, Tesla's not for them. There are other cars, and I'm willing to accept that. It's not a one car fits everybody. Okay, so that's why I'm able to go like, well, let me go look at this or let me go look at that. That's cool. You know, I can do that. But my personal preference, I mean, if you were to give me the car of my dreams, it'd probably be a Tesla Model S, probably base. I mean, plaid sounds really cool, but it's out there. Oh my goodness. Even the base Model S is out there. And this is coming from somebody who has a Tesla Model 3 Performance, right? And what's the difference between a second, right? Whatever, peace and harmony, it's all good. Okay, that is a little introduction, a brief introduction to how I see these cars. Okay, so if you're really following my channel, you know most of my videos are about FSD. The FSD videos are actually pretty boring. I mean, they would be, I should say it differently. I would think most of you would find them boring. They're repetitive. It's the same problems over and over again, right? I mean, that's just the way it is. The second most likely group of videos you're going to find is charger reviews. So when I go somewhere and I stop at a charger, I do a quick video on it. As I mentioned, now you know it has a map that you can submit reviews of chargers. And for those of you wondering, the scale is 1 to 10. 5 out of 10 means it's a decent charger, right? So when you look at mine, you usually find like, well, there was no bathrooms, or the bathrooms were inconvenient, or maybe there was no food. Those are going to be like 2 and 3. Forget the 1 and 3 rivers on that really bad day where the place was packed, right? And it was hot. So it was not performing well. I'm not sure that's the supercharger's fault as much as it's just the load. But anyway, where I'm going is the most likely videos you're going to see from me are FSD and chargers, and it's just charger reviews. Okay. But going back and looking at how you all voted with views, I tell you right now, before I did the VinFast VF3, the highest viewed video I did was a little test drive of a Model S base. It was just a test drive. It was just out to northwest Austin and back down to the Main. That's all it was. That got over 5,000, 6,000 views, something like that. Okay. The number one viewed video is the VinFast VF3. Now, the VinFast VF3 is really just a mock-up, a model. I mean, it's a full-size model, but it's just a model. Because you can see just below the window line, it was all covered in. So they were not showing you any interior details. That was at Electrify Expo in Austin. I mean, I was just walking by and I saw it, and I've heard people talk about it. I get it. I mean, from my viewpoint, if you can get over using superchargers, using NACs, which most car manufacturers, OEMs, have said they will adopt. Although I'll tell you right now, VinFast is not one of them, as far as I know. But when you look at all that, if you could go to the superchargers I go to, and you can't go to all, if you're not on Tesla, there's some you can't go to, okay? The version 2 superchargers are not part of this deal, the NACS deal. So the way I look at it is, if there's a version 2 there, oh, I can go there. I don't have to worry about all you other guys. Okay, whatever, peace and harmony. But if you take the charging network out of the equation, that is, you make them easily accessible, then the only remaining barrier for most people is the price. That's why the VinFast VF3 is interesting. That's why the VinFast dealers are saying, yes, we want that in the United States. Now, is it going to come at $12,000? No, it's not. Almost certainly there's going to be some tariff on it. But even if you get it for $15,000, wow, what a game changer that would be. Or if we just get GM, if GM just bought the Wuling Mini. Now, the big concern is safety. How safe are they? Right? They're not going to beat the number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4 cars when it comes to safety. That's clear. That's because one manufacturer has set safety as a very high priority in what they manufacture. Ignore for the fact what I say about the FSD, okay? It's still there. Okay, with that said, would a VinFast VF3 be an adequate around town car? Yes, it would. And if they put in NACS, you could probably go almost anywhere you wanted to go. Now, it's a small little thing. At least from an American perspective, it's a small car, right? I mean, it's wow. and supposedly you can put 4 people in there. I'm not sure I'd want to put 4 people in that car. 2 people, yes. You know, but whatever. Peace and harmony, to each his own. Okay, so to me, that is interesting. And obviously from the way y'all voted with video watches, you all find it interesting. And all the comments find it interesting. Okay, cool. So that's the one side of the spectrum. Maybe I should go this way. The one side of the spectrum is the low cost vehicles. Okay, VinFast, Volvo EX30, I think it is. Certainly the Nissan Leaf kind of fits in there, but the Leaf is really old technology. I'm not sure how much longer it's going to last. But that's there. Okay, the other area that might be interesting is used cars, but I don't know. I don't really feel that strong about buying used cars. I get it, but we're not really to that point yet. Okay, the other side of the spectrum, and get ready for this, as I've said somewhere else before, my daughter suggested that she wanted to have like a minivan. And that's where part of the market is going for the three-row cars, SUVs, minivans, whatever. So that's what she's interested in. Okay, I can see that too. So, I mean, I am in Central Texas, so I can go test drive various vehicles. I hadn't really thought of it. I mean, I thought about it, but I haven't really considered that a priority to me. But obviously, the video views have spoken. That's what y'all want to see. Now, I will say this. If you really want an in-depth review, you should be going out of spec reviews. Oh, Kyle, those are deep. I mean, he talks about every little thing, okay? And my Model S was a little drive. The VF3 was just happened to be an opportunity. There's the car. Oh, there's the car. There's the car people are talking about. They've only seen pictures. It's just a model, but here's an actual mock-up just sitting here. Take a picture, post it. Okay, that's all that was. All right, so I can see both ways. Okay, cool. And then there was also a suggestion of travel places. So travel places I'll still do, but I'm thinking that most of you all don't really care about that. You're excited about the cars. Okay. I still think education's important. And my offer to most people is, hey, if you're in Central Texas and you want to try out driving a Tesla, contact me. I mean, I already have one person, I let her drive my car, and that was like, yeah, I'd have to buy a Tesla. Okay, that's not work for everybody, but if you want that, I can help you with it. Okay, anyway, that's where I'm thinking of going. This videos are getting long in it, sorry. So let's go from there. Thank you very much. Happy New Year. Onward, upward.